Yeah, what's going on, guys? Seth Spartan here, and we are out on this beautiful but cold Wisconsin day. It's beautiful out, sun shining, but it is bitter cold. Having said that, guys, we're going to get right into it, and we're going to talk about something extremely important because there's a lot of stuff people don't know. This is a big secret in bodybuilding, fitness, athletics. What am I talking about? You guys already read the title. Beef versus chicken. Why beef is the best bodybuilding protein source, why it's the best bodybuilding meat, and also for fitness and athletics. Guys, I'm Seth Spartan. Let's get into this, no holds barred. Here we go. All right, guys, so let's unpack this. Why is beef versus chicken, gram per gram of protein, why is beef better than chicken for bodybuilding, fitness, and athletics? Guys, you might be shocked by all this stuff I'm about to say here, so listen up. I'm only going to say things once, and if you guys want to rewind the video and Google this stuff and look stuff up, please do that, okay? It'll give you more knowledge overall. Like I said, I'm only going to run through these things once, point by point. Beef versus chicken. Beef versus chicken, gram per gram, 1 gram of protein per 1 gram of protein. What is better? What is superior for maximum muscle, fat loss, bodybuilding, fitness, athletics, performance, everything, gram per gram, everything equal? What is better, beef versus chicken? Beef, all day, every day. Beef is extremely superior. Muscle building, fat loss, performance, athletics, fitness, everything. Why? Let's get into this. Number one, first and foremost, beef. Beef has more creatine. Beef has almost the highest creatine content of, besides some fish. Beef has, besides some fish as an exception, overall, okay, you know, when compared to pork, chicken, whatever, beef has an extremely high creatine content, more than chicken or almost any other protein source except in some fish, okay? So number one, more creatine, okay? And we're not talking creatine monohydrate. We're talking about bioactive, bioavailable, right from the meat, ready for your body to suck up and use creatine, okay? It's the most advanced creatine, okay? It's God-given creatine in the muscle, so absorption is going to be just peak, okay? It's going to be the absorption from the small intestine. There's nothing better than that. So number one, creatine, okay? More creatine. Number two, and this is something that you guys, man, it's bitter cold out here, but this is something that you guys aren't going to know either. Most people aren't going to know. More L-carnitine, okay? When comparing beef to chicken or beef to anything else for that matter, beef has way more L-carnitine, okay? Now, I have to explain what this is because a lot of people don't understand even how L-carnitine works, what it does, what it is. Please listen up. I'm only going to say this once. So, L-carnitine is one of the most powerful muscle building supplements in the entire world. Okay? Most people think L-carnitine, when they hear of that, they think, oh, it's a weak fat burner, okay? Yes, L-carnitine is a fat burner. It's definitely not weak, but L-carnitine is a fat burner. But L-carnitine, first and foremost, is an extremely powerful muscle builder, bar none, period. Why? I got to tell you guys why. Otherwise, you know, everybody wants to know why, and it's good because otherwise it's better that I give you guys more information than less. But let me just make this clear cut, straight to the point. Beef has 10, 20, 30 times, I have to check, but a ton more L-carnitine than chicken and more than pretty much every protein source out there. Okay? That's number one. Now, why is L-carnitine one of the most powerful muscle building supplements in the world, okay? Number one, L-carnitine is one of the few things that enters your muscle tissue and increases androgen receptor sensitivity. What does that mean? It means that L-carnitine by itself will increase how many androgen receptors you have and also the sensitivity to testosterone or anabolic steroids. If you're taking that, I don't recommend that. Go watch my videos on that. But regardless, L-carnitine is one of the most powerful things that will increase, period, androgen receptor sensitivity, okay? So whatever amount of testosterone you have in your body, whether you are natural or enhanced, L-carnitine will make you more sensitive to that, especially in the muscle tissue, which means what? More protein synthesis, more gains, period. Okay, now in women, interesting study. In women, what they did was they gave them L-carnitine. I think it was 12 or 24 weeks. I have to check, but I just looked at it this morning. They gave women L-carnitine. This is supplementation. They gave them L-carnitine, and the women that were taking L-carnitine for 12 or 24 weeks, guess what? They had significantly, let me say that again, they had significantly more muscle mass. Much more muscle mass, significantly more muscle mass than those that were not taking L-carnitine. What does that mean? More L-carnitine, more muscle mass. Okay, now this is through supplementation, okay? And L-carnitine, yes, you can take it as a supplement, but the thing is that I'm gonna argue, I'm gonna make this point unless I see data science otherwise. I'm gonna argue that there's nothing better than taking L-carnitine in its most bioactive, most bioavailable form, most natural form found in red meat. Okay, like the creatine, you have different creatine forms, you have different L-carnitine forms that you can supplement, but I'm gonna argue there's nothing better than getting these extreme performance enhancers in the foods naturally themselves. Okay, having said that, that's for muscle mass. Let's talk about L-carnitine for fat loss real quick. L-carnitine is basically the amino acid powerful non-essential amino acid that, if you don't know what essential versus non-essential amino acids are, go look that up, okay? Essential just means you need them to live, to survive. But having said that, we already talked about the muscle with L-carnitine. L-carnitine also has the amazing, powerful effect of doing what? L-carnitine literally will move long-chain fatty acids into the mitochondria to burn it as fuel. So what does that mean? The more L-carnitine, the more what? The more fat burning, the faster fat burning, and the more performance, stamina, and output you're able to do in the gym, okay? All right, moving on. Reason number 3 why beef is superior to pretty much every meat source. Number 3, extremely important, listen up. We talked about L-carnitine. Now we're gonna talk about L-carnosine. L-carnosine, listen up. What is L-carnosine? Most people have no clue what this is. L-carnosine is found in large amounts in red meat. Now I have to check the quantities compared to other meats, but L-carnosine extremely high amounts in red meat. From what I understand, the redder the meat, the more L-carnosine. Okay, now people don't know what L-carnosine is, so I'm gonna clarify this for you real quick. Most people know what beta-alanine is, the beta-alanine supplement, okay? Beta-alanine basically increases what? Beta-alanine increases performance, strength, and how many repetitions you can do in the gym. But basically, in a nutshell, beta-alanine does what in terms of bodybuilding, fitness, and athletics? It increases your performance, okay? Period. And it's powerful at doing that. That's proven. Now, let me answer you guys this question. Why? Why? Because beta-alanine converts into L-carnosine that enters the muscle tissue. Now, guess what? Beef is packed full of L-carnosine, which means that when you take in beef, you're going to increase, you're doing the same thing as if you were supplementing beta-alanine, except guess what? It's in its purest, most natural form, okay? Like I said, I believe firmly, unless you show me other data, that there's nothing better than taking it in its most potent, natural form, okay? Moving on into number 4, last reason. Beef versus chicken, pork, or anything else, the most powerful, essential, in my opinion, best combination of vitamins and minerals. If we're talking B vitamins, B6, B12, full, complete B complexes. If we're talking folic acid, iron, if we're talking zinc, if we're talking the highest profile of vitamins and minerals, aka a superfood, we're talking beef. Okay, so, and that's one thing I've noticed is that, also with beef, it's going to drive up your red blood cell count higher, much higher than if you're eating other meats, especially chicken, okay? More iron and just more B vitamins, more everything in general, okay? Now there's some variations. Just certain meats or fish or whatever can have higher amounts of one vitamin. But if we're talking about across the board, beef is a superfood. It really is. Okay. Let's see. What else do you guys need to know? I mean, beef is king. Beef versus chicken, king. Absolutely king. Okay. I know it's more expensive, and I hate spending, more money when I can get chicken. I can get chicken at Aldi's family packs for $2 a pound, and their chicken is phenomenal. But in terms of performance, gram per gram of protein, nothing compares to beef. Okay. What else do I want to tell you guys? I mean, oh yeah, one last thing. Number 5 is that beef has one of the slowest absorption rates if you're eating it just completely unprocessed. Let's say I'm eating a lean steak or who knows what. It's going to have longer absorption. If you eat ground beef, it's going to have faster absorption, but the longer absorption is going to give you with a more sustained. You don't have to eat as many meals. Okay, we're talking 4 hours coverage. 4 hours longer depending on your metabolism and on your digestive tract. I could keep going, but guys, let's keep these videos short, sweet, to the point. I'm Seth Spartan. This is why beef is king. Beef over chicken for bodybuilding, fitness, athletics, period. If you don't believe me, do primarily beef for a month and then do chicken or fish or whatever else. You're going to find your performance, your gains, everything else is great. Much greatly higher, okay? So that's pretty much it. Seth Spartan. Stay safe, stay healthy, guys. Love you all. Subscribe if you like the content, and we are out of here.